Hello and welcome to today's science lesson. So first of all guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera. Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our lap and close our eyes. When you're ready guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. And next we'll do our stretching sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And let's begin by stretching up high. High to the sky. And then let's go down low. Touch your toes. And now, let's go back up high, guys. And this time, can we go tippy toe high? And while we're there, let's have a wave. And then back down again to touch your toes. Stand up, have a shake. Arms and legs, shake it out. Shake it out. Arms and legs. And now for some rotations. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Excellent, guys. And now we'll do 5 stretches to our right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 5 stretches to our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. And to finish, we will do 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So recently in science class, we've been learning about a specific planet. And that planet is the planet that we live on. What's the name of the planet that we live on, guys? Earth. Excellent. Planet Earth. So let's write the name of planet Earth first. E-A-R-T-H. Earth. All together, guys. Earth. And what I'll do, I'll draw a diagram of a sphere that can represent planet Earth. And what sort of things does planet Earth have on it? What are the things that oceans? When we have big seas on planet Earth, we have oceans. So we can see that the blue parts of planet Earth are the oceans. But what about the brown or greeny land masses that we have? Continents. Excellent. We've learnt about how planet Earth is made up. The blue parts, oceans, C-E-A-N-S. How many oceans? 5. Oceans equals 5. And then the big land masses that we live on, for example, here in Thailand, we live on the continent Asia. So how do we spell continents, guys? O-N-T-I-N-E-N-T-S. And how many continents do we have? 7. Well done. So altogether, planet Earth has 5 oceans and 7 continents. Yes. And in the previous lesson, we learned about the way in which the Earth spins. Yes. Remember we talked about the Earth has an imaginary line that runs all the way through it, from the North Pole to the South Pole. And this is called its axis. It doesn't actually exist. It's just an imaginary line that shows the way that the Earth spins. And does anybody remember the specific word that we gave for the spinning of the Earth, beginning with R? We've just done it in what? Rotation. Yes, we call it the rotation of the Earth. And what the rotation of the Earth creates is it creates 2 different types of atmosphere on our planet. It creates something when we have light and something when we have darkness. What do we call the time periods when it's light outside, guys? The sun creates it, but it's called daytime. Yes, when it's light outside, we call it daytime. And we spell daytime D-A-Y-T-I-M-E. Daytime. And what about when the sun? Excellent. We go from daytime to nighttime. N-I-G-H-T-T-I-M-E. Daytime, nighttime. Now the main way in which we can tell daytime and nighttime apart is by looking at the sky. What type of sky do we have in daytime? Sun. We have a bright, clear sky. But what about nighttime? Is it light or is it dark? Dark. And then when you look up, what can you see? The moon. Okay, so thinking back to the last lesson, we talked about activities we do in daytime and activities we do at nighttime. So let's think of a few ideas. What do you do in daytime, guys? Eat breakfast is a good one. That's one of the first things we do. So eat. Let's see if we can get 5 for daytime and 5 for nighttime. So number 1, daytime, Pak Bung, eat, E-A-T, and breakfast, B-R-E-A-K-F-A-S-T. So Pak Bung has given us a great example of a daytime activity. All together, guys, eat, breakfast. But what other things do we do during daytime? Read a book. Okay, where are you now?
Go to school.
When do you come to school? Daytime or nighttime?
Daytime.
So we can say go to school. If for go. To. And then school, how do we spell school? Okay. And then Dan just gave another good example. What do you do while you're at school? Read a book. Can we read a book at night time? Yes, we can. We can read a book at home. So thinking about daytime activities, what can we do at daytime? Only at daytime. Learn. But can we learn at night time? At home we could. You could learn at home. Think specifically about daytime. When do you play outside? Daytime or nighttime? Daytime. Daytime. We play outside at daytime. Play, P-L-A-Y. And then outside, O-U-T-S-I-D-E. Okay, so we've got some good activities for daytime. Eat breakfast. Go to school. Play outside. Now let's have a think about nighttime. What sort of things do we do only at nighttime? That's probably the best example. When do we sleep? Nighttime. That's the best example we can give for nighttime. S-L-E-E-P. Any other examples, guys?
Do my homework.
Do homework. Excellent. Because daytime, go to school. But nighttime, do my homework. D-O. And then how do we spell homework? H-O-M-E-W-O-R-K. You can see homework, the clue is in the word home. When we're at home, we do work. That's why it's called homework. So far we have sleep, do homework, and let's have a think about one more activity at night time. Do we eat breakfast at night time? Eat dinner. We can eat dinner at night time. In the morning, daytime. Eat breakfast. In the evening, at night time, do we eat breakfast? No. What do we eat? Eat dinner. E-A-T. And dinner, D-I-N-N-E-R. So nighttime activities, sleep, do homework, eat dinner. Okay, and one thing I like to do, I'll suggest one activity. I like to watch TV. When can we watch TV? Daytime or nighttime? Nighttime, yes. I can't watch TV here when I'm teaching. I have to watch TV at nighttime when I'm home. A-T-C-H TV. Excellent. So any more ideas, guys? Any more examples of daytime or nighttime activities? That's okay, because we've got a few great ones on the board now, so well done. And what we're going to do now is we're going to move on and have a look at the two objects that are most responsible for creating daytime and nighttime. I think we've already heard these words in the lesson, but we'll ask again now. If we go outside at daytime and we look in the sky, what will you see? The sun. Excellent. You will see the sun, T-H-E-S-U-N. The sun creates daytime. What happens, remember, when the earth spins, we move to the other side of the sun. When we look outside, it's nighttime. Do we see the sun? We see the moon. Okay, M-O-O-N, but the M-O-O-N. And also, for an extra bonus point, We'll see the moon, but you might see other bright objects too. Stars. Yes, we can see stars. Can you see stars at daytime? No, we see the stars at nighttime. The moon and stars. T-A-R-S. Excellent, guys. That was really well done. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at a PowerPoint presentation which will tell us more about the sun and the moon and their roles and effects they have on planet Earth. And then we've got a video to look at too, which will introduce all of the planets in our solar system. Because afterwards we've got an activity to do the solar system on our whiteboard. So let's all turn to look at the TV screen, guys. So let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation, the sun and moon. Okay, so in our picture, guys, we can see 3 objects. What is the name of the planet in the middle? This planet here that we live on is called Earth. Okay, this is planet Earth. And the object to the left of planet Earth, do we know what this is called? The moon. Yes. What color is the moon? Mainly white. White and grey. And bits of black too. But that's mainly the sky. We can see what color is the Earth. Blue, green, and brown. What are the blue parts? Water, oceans. 70% of planet Earth is water. That's why Earth is known as the blue planet. The green and browny parts are the continents. They're the masses of land where we live. And does anybody know what the white things are? When we look in the sky? Clouds. Well done. The white things are the clouds. But what's this big? That's correct. It's the sun. What color is the sun? Orange. And sometimes you might see lots of yellow spots on it. The sun is the most powerful thing in the solar system that heats up all of the solar system by itself. In the morning, the sun comes up in the east. Yes, always, every morning, no matter where you are on the planet, the sun will rise from the east. We call this sunrise. Yes, because that's what happens. The sun rises. So in the morning, you will see sunrise. In the evening, the sun goes down in the west. Yes, sunrise in the east, and then after it's done its rotation, it goes down in the west. Does anybody know what we call it when the sun goes down? Sunrise comes up, and then going down, sunset. Excellent. We call this sunset. And if you're lucky enough to live close to water, sometimes you can see the sun set into the ocean, which looks beautiful. When the sun sets, the moon rises. Yes, sun goes down, moon comes up. Moon goes down, sun comes up. Okay? It's the same sequence every day. And what does that create? Night and day. The moon will look different depending on its position. Yes, sometimes, maybe once or twice a month, if you look up at the sky at night time, you will be able to see the whole of the moon. Do you know what this is called? Full moon. But then, a few days later, you will begin to see only part of the moon. And this is called crescent moon. Yes, crescent is when you can only see parts of the moon. And eventually, over time, you will only be able to see a little bit of the moon. And once every few years, there's a special occasion when you can't see any of the moon. Does anybody know what this is called? Eclipse. Yes, once every so often, there's a special event where the moon is hidden from view. And that's called eclipse. You see, this is what we call an eclipse. Sometimes the moon moves in front of the sun to create a solar eclipse. The sun is behind the moon, but the moon is blocking its view. So all you can see is the rays of energy behind. Sometimes the earth moves in front of the moon to create a lunar eclipse. Okay? So moon in front of the sun, solar eclipse. But if the earth goes in front of the moon, lunar eclipse. And did you know that the moon controls the tides of the sea? Yes, if you've ever been to the seaside, do you notice the way the water moves out and the water moves in? This is called the tides. It's the magnetic field of the moon moving that moves the tides of the sea in and out. Any questions, guys? Okay, that was excellent. Well done. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the PowerPoint presentation so that we can learn more about the sun and the moon and the effects they have on planet Earth. And then also the video song which introduced our students to the solar system. And we're going to do a flashcards activity soon to create a solar system on the whiteboard. But first of all, guys, it's time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And for this sequence, we'll have a game of Teacher Says. So listen carefully. If Teacher says, you can do it. Teacher says, touch your knees. Teacher says, touch your toes. Teacher says, touch your shoulders. Teacher says, touch your head. Hands on hips. Teacher says, stand up straight. Teacher says, stand on one leg. Swap. Teacher says, swap. Teacher says, swap again. And teacher says, stand straight. Teacher says, turn around. Turn back the other way. Listen for teacher says. Teacher says, arms in the air. Teacher says, arms down. Arms in the air. Okay, very good. Teacher says, touch your ears. Teacher says, touch your nose. Teacher says, touch your mouth. Hands on head. Very good, guys. Okay. Teacher says, down into a ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Teacher says, jump. Excellent, guys. And teacher says, sit down. So now it's time for our flashcards activity where we're going to create the solar system with the planets on our whiteboard. So teachers, what you'll need to do is print off the flashcards of all of the different planets, and we'll introduce them one by one to the students in our class. And you can put them in any order to begin with, because we'll put them in their proper order on the board. So first planet, guys. What planet can you see? Mars. Okay, this is Mars. What color is Mars? Pink or red? Yes, Mars is sometimes known as the red planet because it has a reddish hue when we see it. So what we'll do, we'll present Mars to one of our students and we'll give Mars to Lacko. And then we'll look at our next planet. Our next planet, Jupiter. Yes, this is a planet that is very far away from Earth, and it's also one of the biggest planets. And what's distinctive about Jupiter, can you see this spot here on Jupiter? It's what's called its eye, because it looks quite like an eye. So people say Jupiter has its own eye. So if you see this spot here, you can tell it's Jupiter, okay? And we'll give Jupiter to them. Next planet. I think you might know this planet. Earth. Okay? This is planet Earth. What color is planet Earth? Mainly blue. Planet Earth is 70% water, which is all the oceans. And for that reason, planet Earth is known as the blue planet. So we will give planet Earth to down. Next one. This is the planet that is closest to the sun. Mercury. Very hot. Could we live on Mercury? No. Mercury is too close to the sun, has no life. Only Earth has life on it. So we will give Mercury to Net. Okay, so everybody's getting their planet now. Venus. Okay, this is planet Venus. Okay? What color is planet Venus? Red. Venus looks red too. But we don't call it the red planet, we just call it Venus. And this planet will go to Pak Boom. You're welcome. Next planet. Can we say this planet? Uranus. Uranus. What color is Uranus? Blue. This planet is quite far away from the sun too. That's why it's blue. It's very icy and cold. And this planet will go to Pat. There you go. Okay, so we're nearly there with our solar system. 2 planets left. This one is a special planet. What's special about this planet that no other planet has? What does it have around it? A circle or a ring. This is Saturn. And you can see Saturn is the only planet with lots of rings around it. These are particles, big pieces of dust, and they go around Saturn. So you can see straight away, if it's the planet with rings around it, it's Saturn. And this planet goes to Nadia. And then our final planet. This is another blue planet because it's very far away from the sun. Very cold. Neptune. Okay? Neptune. And this planet will go to Chu. So now, all of our students have all of their various planets. What do we call all of our planets together, guys? Does anybody have any idea from the video song? It's called solar system. So let's write together the T-H-E. Solar, S-O-L-A-R. S-Y-S-L-A-R, system. S-Y-S-T-E-M. The solar system. Okay, now before we begin adding our planets, we need to draw on the whiteboard. Does anybody remember what's the big ball of energy that heats our solar system? The sun. Excellent. So we can draw a big fiery ball of energy here, and we will call this the sun. How do we? S-U-N. Okay, and what we're going to do now, I'm going to call out the names of the planets in order. So if our student has that planet, they need to come forward and they need to stick it, starting with the one closest to the sun. Okay, so the first planet that's closest to the sun, any ideas? Remember from the song, begins with M? Not Mars, Mercury. Mercury, so who has Mercury? Net, come and join me at the front. Okay, so the first planet is Net's planet. Can you show it to your friends? And we'll say together, Mercury. Okay, so Mercury has to go first next to the sun. Very hot planet. That's perfect, Net. High five and a big round of applause for Net. Okay, so we've got our first planet of the solar system on the board. Teachers, you can pause the video now because you can see the activity we're doing in class, and you can now do the same activity with your own students for around the next 10 minutes or so. And we're going to do on further here now. So second planet. Who wants to have a guess at what the second planet is? What do we think the next planet might be? I'll give you a clue. Begins with V. Who has a planet beginning with V? Venus. Venus, and I think that's Pak Bung's planet. Okay, you see? Venus. What color is Venus? Pink. It's quite red or pink because they're close to the sun. So next to Mercury, Pak Bung, can you put Venus? Excellent. One more time, guys. Venus. Excellent, Pak Bung. Big round of applause for Pak Bung. Okay, time for our third planet. And I have a feeling we might be able to guess the name of this planet. If I say it's the planet we are all on now, what planet will that be? Earth, yes. Earth is the third planet from the sun. So who has planet Earth, guys? Down. Come and join me at the front. It's time for Down to place planet Earth in the right place. So one more time, guys. Earth. And then we can place it on our solar system. Very good. That's brilliant, Down. High five. Big round of applause for Down. So far we have 3 planets. Mercury, Venus, Earth. Okay, but what planet comes after Earth? When you look up in the sky sometimes, you might be able to see it. Mars, yes. Mars is the next planet after planet Earth. So who has Mars, guys? Lackout. Can you show your friends? Mars. What color is Mars? Pink or red? Mars is sometimes known as the red planet. So can we place Mars on our board? Excellent. That's brilliant, Lackout. And all together, guys, Mars. Brilliant. Lackout, that was excellent. Round of applause for Lackout. So 4 planets gone and 4 planets remaining. Who thinks they know what the next planet might be? Any guesses? Jupiter. Yes, Jupiter's correct. Who has Jupiter, guys? I think Prel has Jupiter. Jupiter, remember, is the planet with the little eye on the front. Can we see here? You see this spot here on Jupiter, which looks like Jupiter's eye. So can we all say together, Jupiter?
Jupiter.
And then can we place Jupiter on our board? Brilliant, Prel. Excellent. Big high five and round of applause for Prel. Okay, next is another planet. Now this planet is the one, remember the rings going around it. What was the name of the planet with the rings going around? Saturn. Yes, it's known as the rings of Saturn. So Nadia has Saturn. Can we all say together, guys? Saturn. That's excellent. And then Nadia, can you place it on the board here next to Jupiter? Perfect. One more time, guys. Saturn.
Saturn.
Excellent. High five. Big round of applause for Nadia. And now, 2 planets remaining. So let's see. Which do we think? Uranus. Who has Uranus? Pat, can you bring your planet forward for me, please? Excellent. What color is Uranus? Blue. Yes, because we're getting very far away from the sun now, you'll notice that it's like an icy blue. So Pat, can you place your planet on the board? Perfect. And one more time, guys, all together, Uranus. Perfect. High five and big round of applause for Pat. So that means there's one planet left. It's the furthest planet away from the sun and therefore the coldest. So Chu, can you bring Neptune up to class? Brilliant. Can you show our friends? And can we say Neptune?
Neptune.
Yes. What color is Neptune? Blue, because it's cold. Very icy, because it's so far away from the sun. Can you place it on the board, Chu? Excellent, that's great. Big round of applause for Chu. So you can see, with this classroom exercise, we've designed our own solar system. So let's read through them all again. What's the big ball of energy in our solar system?
Sun.
The sun, and then comes Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. And guys, that was a really good job. Well done. And now it's time for our worksheet part of the lesson. So teachers, for this, you'll need to print off a worksheet for each of the students in your class. And as you can see, we have a diagram of our solar system. But what's lacking is each of the planets haven't been named. We've got our big ball of energy, the sun, in the corner. But each planet, in relation to how far away it is from the sun, needs to be named. We have the vocabulary at the bottom, but our students need to complete the boxes with the correct planet name. And if they have time left, they can also colour in the planets too. And if they're not sure about the planets, we can have a look at our board exercise to see where they appear. But what's the first thing we need to do, guys? Write our names on top, and then write the names of the planets in the order they appear. And if you have time, you can colour too. So give our students around 10 to 15 minutes for this activity. And Shu, here's yours. Nadia, here's yours. You're welcome. Pat, for you.
Thank you.
Pak Bung,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Ned, here's yours.
Thank you.
Down for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Pak Bung, Bang Bon for you. Prel for you. And Lakau, this one's for you. So teachers, just monitor the class and help your students with anything they need. But the vocabulary for the planets is on the worksheet and also on the board too. So the first planet nearest the sun, guys, will be Mercury. Mercury, yes. So you can see the closest planet to the sun, Mercury. This is the sun, yes. Yes. The sun. We know the sun now. Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. You can see here, like the solar system diagram we've done on the board. Here is the sun, and then Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. And you can see on the diagram too, you know the planet with the rings around it, that's the easiest one to tell. That's Saturn. Okay, so Annette, we've got the sun here, and then what's the closest planet to the sun? Yes? Not Earth. Have a look. Mercury. Yes, that's the closest planet to the sun. And then after Mercury, Venus. And the third planet is our planet, Earth. Mercury, Venus, Earth. And then what comes after Earth? This one here is Mercury. Mars goes here. And this one's Mercury. So Mars in this box, and then Mercury in this box. Okay, so Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. What comes after Mars? Jupiter. Jupiter. And then you can see, guys, after Jupiter, Jupiter is the one with the eye, and Saturn is the one with the rings. And then after that, it gets very cold, because you can see the final two planets, they're like big giant balls of ice. They're so far away from the sun. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet activity where they had to design their own solar system and label the planets in the correct order. And if there's time left over at the end, our students can colour the planets too. So one final time, guys, solar system in this order: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Excellent. Very well done, guys. And that's all we've got time for today. So we hope you've enjoyed the lesson, found it interesting, and had some fun with the activities too. And we'll see you again soon for the next lesson. So can we all turn to wave and say goodbye, guys? Goodbye. Bye-bye. See you again soon.